Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel as we go live once again for the match preview, which is back finally after the international break is finally over. I don't know about you, but I've been very bored over the past week or so with this international break. But we're back down to business. Yes, we are. This weekend we are back in action as we take on Bristol Rovers tomorrow afternoon at the John Smith Stadium at home. So it'll be lovely to be back home again, as always. Always a lovely experience to be back at home, supporting the lads. But yeah, it's going to be an interesting game. I'm glad the proper football's back, and hopefully we can continue this running for the wins that we picked up before the break. It would be nice, wouldn't it? Well, we definitely need to, isn't it? You know, it's kind of imperative that we keep it going. Now, we're actually going to do things a bit differently today on the previews, by the way. I have actually got, instead of me just rambling about the opponent, I've actually got some expert analysis from an actual Bristol Rovers fan who has sent me a pre-recorded video that I'm going to play. Josh Hemings from Gas Fan TV on YouTube. Go and check him out if you can, guys. Great guy. And he just brings a smile to the face when I listen to him, to be fair. He's such got a great personality. And Twitter as well. He's on Twitter. All the links are in the description, guys, if you haven't already. So yeah, it would be good to get... It's about a 5-minute insight into Bristol Rovers. But at least... but then obviously I'll speak about Bristol Rovers as well afterwards. But yeah, I thought it'd be good to kind of try and get a few fans on pre-recorded videos where we can just kind of have a bit more insight than what I would maybe know. Because like I say, you can do your research, but it's nice to hear from an actual fan of that team to get a better picture about everything. So yeah, but let's say a few hellos before we get into it, guys. Blue Terriers, he says, up the town indeed, welcoming Blue Terrier. It says, make sure to smash the likes, everyone, and subscribe if you're new. 3 away from 700. Let's help Ryan get to that time because he deserves it. Yeah, big up to you. Thank you very much. Yeah, we're only a couple away now. We've climbed a bit this week, a few subscribers, so that's good. And yeah, big up to you. Thank you for your promotion there, as always. My wonderful Maud. He says, hello, mate. Hope you're okay. Hello, mate Aiden. Hope you're doing well, mate. And Aiden says, Kevin Nagel in attendance tomorrow afternoon. Yeah, apparently he's back over here, isn't he? For how long he's staying over here, probably a few weeks, maybe a week or so. But yeah, no, looks like he is going to be here. But guys, before we get into it, yeah, if you haven't already, do go and check out my latest prediction videos I've done from League 2 to the Championship. Anybody that can go and watch those, that would help me a lot. And do you like them? Do you want to see more of those? Let me know as well, because it's kind of a bit of a trial with the prediction shows. I want to kind of tweak the not show videos. I want to kind of tweak the prediction videos, to be fair, because I think maybe they just, like I say, I'm learning on it as we go along. But yeah, I think I was quite happy with my prediction efforts in terms of how the video looked overall when I finished it. But yeah. But anyway, guys, without further ado, let me know your thoughts, by the way, in the chat, guys. What you're thinking, how are you feeling ahead of this game this weekend? Let me know in the chat. But we're going to get into it now, right? We're going to get into it now. So the Bristol Rovers perspective is we always look at our opponents first. And as I said, I do have Josh who sent me a video in. We've done a bit of a collab over the past few days. I've been on his channel. And he's going to make an appearance on mine. So without further, I'm going to try and get this right. But guys, give me a thumbs up if you can hear the video, because this is the first time doing this. So hopefully you can hear the video in a moment when I put it up. But without further ado, Josh from Gas Fan TV is going to give us a 5-minute insight into Bristol Rovers' start to the season. A few danger men to look out for. He gave the score prediction, and he touched on a little bit about the manager as well and the tactics that are being deployed at the moment. So yeah, please bear with me whilst I set up the video. Just 1 second. And evening to Joshua. Hope you're well, mate. Thank you for tuning in. And thanks to everyone that is here as well. I'm not just being Joshua, but everybody else that's here as well. But let's play the video, guys. And hopefully it works. Give me a thumbs up in the chat if you can hear it. But you should be all right. But never done this before.
Thank you for having me on. Let's get straight into it then. Let's talk about the gas. Start to the season's been a bit of a weird one, to be honest, because statistically it's our joint third best start in League One ever. But yet it feels a little bit underwhelming. Now I think the reason is because of that run of 4 losses in a row. That really kind of was a bit of a sucker punch. It took the wind out of ourselves quite a lot, actually. But it's not just the losses, because actually if you apply context to the teams we've lost to, I'd say every team we've lost to is probably supposedly expected to be in and around the top 10 this season. It's just the performances alongside it have just been a bit crap. Now, if you take away the jubilation from the opening day win 1-0 against Northampton to break our 13-year curse of winning on the opening day, if you take away the excitement and the elation in the moment, we actually didn't play that well. Cambridge, we played all right. Promise got his first, well, actually his only 2 goals for the club. First one was a deflection. Second one, actually really well taken. Swivel, touch, bang, goal. But actually, if you apply context where Cambridge are, it was a standard routine win. The Charlton game I was impressed with because for 70 minutes, we absolutely battered them and we actually didn't look like conceding. We made the mistake then of taking Jamie Lindsay off and actually the game ended 3-2. When actually it didn't need to be as squeaky bum time as it was. And then we go away to Burton. Yes, we win 3-1, but that first half, I mean, it was awful. It really was bad. Luckily, Grant Ward came on around the 50-minute mark and changed the game. Left the game with 2 assists and 1 goal. I mean, what a substitution that is. And then our only other point on the board was a 0-0 away at Rotherham. So a bit of a mixed bag. I feel like we could have got more in places, but then if you apply context, it's a bit of a juggling act, to be honest, mate. Looking towards this game though, I'm nervous. Not necessarily because it's Huddersfield. Obviously I am, but more Evo. Anthony Evans, he's going to score against us, isn't he? Of course he is. Every player that used to play at the Gas, when they play against us again, they score. It's written in the stars, mate. He's going to bag 1. Although I hope not, because I love him. I'm not quite sure necessarily what to expect with tactics on this. I don't really know if Matt Taylor knows his best 11, his best formation, even his best tactics yet. He's pretty well known for playing players out of position. Luke Thomas to be one of them. Right wing back he's been playing in, but he's definitely a right winger and actually flourishes in that position. So I don't know why he's so stubborn on keeping him, trying him there. Anyway, if we play the correct players in that front line, we've got a lot of pace going forward. With Conte, Ward, Lindsay in that midfield as well, we can hold our own in the middle of the park, but it's just defensively that worries me a little bit. I mean, we've shipped quite a few goals this season. We went on a little bit of a run of 3 clean sheets in 4 games, and then since that, we haven't kept 1. We're also on the back of a very worrying defeat in the Mickey Mouse Cup, 4-0 away at Swindon. Now, I know no one cares about the competition, including myself, but it was just the fringe players had a chance to prove themselves to be starting for this game, and they really didn't do that, like, at all. What I can tell you is that he's experimenting and sticking with this back 3, so you've got the 3 centre-backs, wing-backs, 2 in midfield, and probably normally 2 up top, maybe 1 in the hole. That's his formation that he's going with. I'm expecting a lineup not too dissimilar probably to the second half of Burton. I'd probably say Griffiths in goal, a back 3 of Mola, Wilson, and actually maybe even Taylor more, but again, Connor Taylor's been playing well since he's been suspended. Jack Hunt will play right wing back. Bryant Belongo will play left wing back, I would say. And I reckon after his second half antics, I reckon Grant Ward starts. I reckon he'll go Grant Ward and Camille Conte in the middle. I reckon as well Scotty Sinclair might start in the 10, maybe. I'm not quite sure. Either that or Ruel Sotiriou. And then I reckon if he's fit, Promise Cherry will start alongside Shaq Ford up top. And that's exciting for me. Listen, mate, that's pretty much all I can give you, to be honest, because we go into most games a little bit tentative of what's actually going to happen or what Matt Taylor's actually going to do. I'm excited for the weekend. I'm nervous. I am going to go for a 1-1 match prediction just because I'm overly positive. I'm stupid. I'm going to go goal scorer Shaq Ford. And like I said before, Anthony Evans. Guys, if you haven't seen me before, please follow me up. I'm mainly on TikTok. I created YouTube basically for my mum so that she can watch all these videos without having to go on TikTok. She's not very tech savvy. So you'll mainly find me on TikTok at Joshua Hemings. But I'm trying to build my YouTube up as well. So please give me a like, follow, share, subscribe. Find me on Twitter as well, or X, whatever you want to call it nowadays. And that's all from me. Good luck for the rest of the season, other than this weekend. Look after Anthony Evans. I love him. He's an absolute legend. Very nice bloke as well. And that's it. I'll see you when I see you. Take care. And up the gas.
So there we have it, guys. Yeah, so big up to Josh for sending me that across. And yeah, well, I don't know, it just made me laugh throughout that. He was a great personality, great lad. And like you said, make sure you do go and subscribe to his channel, Gaspan TV. The link is in the description of this video. And his X, Twitter, whatever you want to call it, his link is in there in the description as well for that too. But look, very, very interesting to hear his thoughts and everything. And obviously their start to the season. But yeah, look, a big up to Josh, and thanks for sending that across. Thanks everyone also for telling me that you could hear the video. That's good, and I'm glad it went all right. Joshua says maybe you should try and get opposition YouTube channels on for the preview against their team. Yeah, well, like I say, I think sometimes, to be fair, those kind of videos in there, like I've just shown, I don't think it's a bad idea. So, to be honest, it could be an option going forward. We might be able to get a few, but I do like the pre-recorded videos for the opposition fans. Yeah, and good evening to Jose. Hello there. How are you doing? And welcome in to the chat. Hope you're well. But look, he did give us a lot of insight there, didn't he, into the manager as well. Obviously, the manager seems to be still finding his feet in terms of the tactics and playing players out of position, which is a bit strange. But look, I want to kind of touch upon a little bit in more detail now about the position. But obviously, Josh did explain very well. But I do want to still say a few words about Bristol Rovers too. Now, obviously, Bristol Rovers are sitting 9 places lower than us, so in 18th place at the moment. But they're only 2 points behind us, so the table is still very tight, guys. And to be fair, like I said, that just sums it up, doesn't it? And they have had 4 wins, 5 defeats, and a draw from their 10 league games so far this season. So they've actually lost the same amount of games as us. We've lost 5, but we've won 5. We haven't actually drawn one yet. Now, Matt Taylor's hard-working side rank highly for tackles, 3rd in the league. So they're very committed. They work hard for each other. So we better run hard on tomorrow, because if we don't, we're going to get outrun, and then there will be trouble. So they are actually, 3rd in the table for that, and especially interceptions, top of the stats in League One with interceptions. They play a counter-attacking style. Only Shrewsbury and Lincoln have had less possession on average. And they rank 7th for percentage of passes played long rather than short. And as Josh said, they haven't struggled to score this season, but they've been very vulnerable at conceding a lot from set pieces. 7 of the 16 they've shipped have come from a dead ball situation. So look, that is something that maybe we can capitalise on with the set piece situation there. Now the manager, he did touch upon the manager a little bit. Let's just go a bit in detail about the manager then. He's been in the job here at Bristol for 11 months, officially becoming the club's new manager in December last year. He did enjoy an impressive start, an impressive first month at the helm as well, being nominated for the Sky Bet League One Manager of the Month award following victories over Bolton and Portsmouth. He did steer Bristol to a 15th place finish in his debut season. Prior to this current job, though, Taylor spent just over a year in charge of Rotherham, if you remember. I do remember him at Rotherham, actually. And 4 years with Exeter City, where he achieved promotion to Sky Bet League One for the 2022-23 season. He did enjoy a long career before becoming a coach. Played at Exeter, over 150 matches for them, and helped them get back to the Football League. So that's a bit more about the manager, Matt Taylor, who is going to be in the opposition dugout. We are going to get into our key players to look out for. Let me know who you think we should be looking out for in this game. And actually, Josh actually didn't mention who to look out for actually in the video, so maybe I should have maybe told him to do that. But anyway, he didn't. Ian says, my thoughts coming to the game are 50-50, if that makes sense. Ian says, I'm positive but also negative, because even though it looks like a game where we should win it, it won't be easy as that. We need to play well tomorrow. Yeah, no, like I say, I agree. I know what you're saying. You can't underestimate the opposition. You've got to give them respect. And you can't take any game for granted. We've already been reminded of that. And no disrespect to Northampton, who came to the John Smiths a few weeks back. But they haven't got the quality that we have. And we were found out in that game because I feel like we thought we could just turn up and win. And unfortunately, it doesn't work like that. So I know what you're saying, and I know where you're coming from as well. We need to play well. If we play well, we are in control of our own destiny as far as I'm concerned. So that's all we can ask. But look, which players do you think we should be looking out for tomorrow for Bristol? For me, the first player I've gone for is Promise Omachere, who, again, he did mention that he'd scored in the previous game before the international break. He is 23 years of age, he's a forward, got lots of pace. Yeah, look, he knows where the back of the net is, absolutely. So we best be on our guard tomorrow and not give him any gilt-edged chances, which we've been culpable of doing, giving teams easy chances over the past few weeks, because they have got players that can put the ball in the back of the net. Scott Sinclair as well. Everybody will know Scott Sinclair, very much a familiar name in English football, isn't he? But he's 34 years of age now, so he has even the last stage of his career, but full of experience. And again, another player that knows where the back of the net is, and he's actually the captain as well. So he's the captain. Now like Josh said in the video, the Bristol Rovers front line is full of so much pace, and that worries me. And Clinton Mola in the defence, I've gone for him as well. He's kind of one of the better defenders in the back line for them. But let's get to the comments first before we go into our perspective. Only 4 points separate 6th to 18th. That's how close it is in League One. Isn't it 2? Isn't it? Oh, to 6. Yeah, sorry, we're 9th out at the moment. Yeah, I know, it's so tight, isn't it? It's crazy. But it usually is at this stage of the season, isn't it? You know, it's where it can still remain tight, throughout the season. But I mean, like early on, sometimes both, each team kind of cancel each other out, so the table, as a result, ends up being very tight up from the top to the bottom. So, yeah, there will be a few movements as the season goes on, maybe teams getting away from one another. But, yeah, it is very tight at the moment. But, look, I think we've kind of... Let's final comments here. Joseph says, hello, Ryan. Sorry I'm late. Got a good feeling for tomorrow. Hello to you, Joseph. Hope you're well. And no worries for being late. You don't need to be sorry. And I'm glad you've got a good feeling for tomorrow. Hopefully that's a lucky charm. Joshua says, Brian Belongo, Scott Sinclair, Promise Acheria, and Josh Griffiths. Yeah, thank you very much for those, Joshua. But yeah, I mean, that kind of concludes the opposition. Like I said, they've got some good players, and we can't be taking them lightly. So, look at our perspective. Let's get into the main part of the show, of course. I'm going to share my thoughts ahead of the game now. I'm feeling a bit 50-50 as well, like Aidan said earlier. Because you just never know what town team is going to turn up. And I do worry, as I said earlier, I do worry about the pace that they have in the front line because I don't want to repeat of the Northampton-Blackpool game where they had the pace to break on the counter, and look what happened. So, you know, we've got such a lack of pace at the back, especially with Brodie Spencer being suspended for this game. So, I don't know. I'm feeling the worst a little bit in terms of that. But there is a but. I'm sure we will be able to create a few chances of our own, and we need to be clinical. But yeah, that's my kind of early thoughts. I'm a bit 50-50 on it really. I'm not going to be overly confident. I'm not going to be underly confident either. I'm just in between. I'm feeling okay about it, but I'm a bit like apprehensive about the situation. Look, the team news though, let's have a look at the team news for tomorrow then. As I said, Brodie Spencer is suspended after picking up his fifth league yellow card this evening at Barnsley. So that is just not what we wanted, was it? Joe Hodge, unfortunately, as well, is going to be out for around 8 to 10 weeks with a groin injury. Suffered in the league win over Barnsley, which we were a bit uneasy about how long he would be out for. And look again. Long injury layoff, and I'm gutted for him because he was finding a bit of rhythm in the side, and I'm gutted for ourselves as well because he's a big player in there. And now we're back to square one in the middle of the park, really, aren't we? If we're being honest, because like I say, he was brought in to add depth to the centre of the park, and now we're going to be without him for 2 months at least. So. Yeah, it's a bit gutting, isn't it? Absolutely. Now, Reece Healey did start the B team game against Sunderland, but had to go off after being sick on the pitch early in the game. Now, there was kind of rumours that he actually went off with an injury, but it was actually an illness. He returned to the training ground on Thursday, so he's been back in training since Thursday, and a decision will be made. The decision will have already been made today if he's going to be in the squad for tomorrow. Miller was rested for the EFL Trophy game against Barnsley after rolling his ankle slightly in the league game a few days prior, but the measure was precautionary and he's available for selection on site, so that's good news. He's the first player that I look for on the team sheet, guys, Mikael Miller. He's been brilliant, hasn't he? I'm sure we can all agree on that. He's good defensively, but we know how good he is getting forward, and he gets some brilliant deliveries into the box for those attackers to get on the end of. So yeah, Miller, good to see him be available. Another one that's going to be absent, Josh Koroma, is expected to be out until November with a back injury. Which, yeah, just another injury woe to the front line that we really could have done without. Also, Lee Nichols is still out, of course. He's expected to be out until mid to late December with an elbow ligament injury. Helic, as we know, has been ruled out until the back end of November with a hamstring injury. And Balker is out until the new year with a fractured ankle he suffered in pre-season. But apart from that, a few bumps and bruises, but other than that, we're all good. But look, to be fair, I say apart from that, we've got loads of injuries now, so it's just infuriating. Reece, though, I mean, yeah, look, I said it, you know, we might as well just say it now. You might as well just pay off his contract and let him go. Because I'm afraid for all the talent he may have when he's available, he's hardly ever available. So he's on the payroll and he's hardly available. So yeah, absolutely hopeless. Now let's get into our team lineups. It's that time where we look at the team lineup for the game. Let me know who you would start. Let me know your lineups in the chat, guys. I love reading yours out, and I will get to mine now first. And hopefully we do have a couple in there by the time I finish my lineup. So let's take a look at my lineup then, guys, for the game. I'm going to take the banner off a minute whilst we put it up for here now. So here we are. This is my lineup for tomorrow. So Chapman in goal. You know, I know maybe Maxwell maybe further along in his recovery from that issue that he had, health issue. But yeah, Chapman has been brilliant. So for me, he has to stay in goal. The back three of Lonvijk, Lees, and Pearson. Yeah, I mean, look, we're running out for options at the back. So I haven't got any other choice but to put Lees and Pearson at the back. It is one of those. Lonvijk, of course, he does add pace to the back line, thank goodness, but he can't do it all on his own. So I reckon Bristol Rovers will target that left-hand side where Pearson is. I do. Because Lonvijk has got the pace. But yeah, mind you, they're quicker along the front line anyway, so it doesn't really matter where they go. They've got a lot of pace in Bristol Rovers, like we've already discovered. So yeah, but then the wing backs, of course, Miller and Sorensen. Sorensen, for me, guys, has to step up his game because I have been very underwhelmed since he has come in, if I'm honest with you. I did expect more, and I thought we were getting a complete player. And what I mean by that, I thought that he would be good defensively and going forward, but it turns out he's not very good defensively. And he's good going forward. However, he's been lacking in that. He's been lacking in that recently as well. So, okay, the balance of the game, we played a little bit better, but prior to that, he'd been awful going forward and defensively. So, but look, them two have to start in the wing back positions. Miller, can't speak highly enough of him. Brilliant. I have gone for Kasumu and Kane and Wiles in the midfield. Kane, I think Kane probably will be ready to start now for the few weeks to get up to speed with things as well. Played in the EFL Trophy, didn't he, as well? Kasumu, we know what he's about. Fantastic player in there, the engine in the midfield. You know, gets stuck in, gets in people's faces, full of energy, gets the team up the pitch as well. I just love him, and I think he's a really underrated player. I don't think he really gets the credit he deserves at the club, to be honest with you. And Wiles, again, we need to keep seeing more from Wiles. Yes, he's got 4 goals to his name at this stage, but I still want to see more in the performance. I've seen him hiding from that ball. He needs to show for the ball. He's in a position where he needs to show for the ball every opportunity, not hide behind the opponents, which I've seen a few times this season. And up front, I have gone for Bojan Radulovic and Callum Marshall. So yeah, that's pretty standard, those two up top at the moment, especially with the injuries, injury to Koroma. So yeah, that is my lineup. Let me know what your thoughts are on that lineup in the chat, guys. If you agree, if you disagree, let me know. But we have got a few lineups from me anyway already. So let's go through these. Thanks to everybody for these. I really appreciate it. Blue Terrier has said he wants a 3-4-1-2 with Chapman in goal, Lonvijk, Pearson, Turton you've gone for. That is interesting. Lonvijk, Pearson, Turton, and Miller. Then, in fact, scrap that. What am I talking about? 3 at the back, isn't it? Lonvijk, Pearson, Turton. 3 at the back, guys, yeah. And then as the wing backs, we've got Miller and Sorensen, and then Kane and Kasumu in the middle, with Wiles in the more advanced midfield role, and then we've got Marshall and Radulovic to lead the line. So look, that is exactly the same lineup as me, apart from Turton. You've gone for Turton, which is interesting. We haven't seen much of Turton, have we, to be honest with you? So maybe it is his time to get, to start. But thank you for that Blue Terrier. Nice lineup. I won't mind that lineup, to be fair. Joseph has gone for a 3-5-2. He says that he wants Chapman in goal, of course. Back three of Pearson, Turton, and Longvik. The midfield, you want Sorensen and Miller as the wide players, with your Pender, Kasumu, and Wiles in the midfield, with Bojan and Marshall up top again. Not bad. I like the fact you've gone for your Pender in there, because like I said, he's still very young, he's still developing, but he has shown glimpses of what he can do. Duff did speak about him, didn't he, recently? And he said that he's kind of maybe not quite ready for the first team yet. He does have some good qualities, but there's some other aspects of his game that is maybe hindering him from starting games at the moment. But I don't really agree with that. I think he has got a good, solid game, but he's still young, guys. But yeah, no, I would like to see your Pender. I'd always think that your Pender would be a good start for me. But I love the lineup. I do like that lineup as well. So very nice indeed. And Aiden has gone for a 3-5-2. You've gone for Maxwell in goal, Aiden. What has Chapman done wrong? Let me know, what has Chapman done wrong? Chapman's done good these past few games. But anyway, it's your opinion. Then you've gone for a back three of Longvik, Lees, and Pearson. Obviously, in the midfield now, or the wing backs, whatever, you've gone for a Miller and Headley as the wide men. And then you've gone for Kasumu, Evans, and Kane as well in the middle. And then Marshall and Radulovic up top. So, yeah, look, I mean, I wouldn't personally drop Chapman, but fair enough. Evans, you've brought into the side, so interesting. So Wiles misses out for you. Yeah, look, Evans, I think Evans, like I say, is his former club. And like Josh said, he's convinced he's going to score. Although he does need to up his game because he's been poor overall as well, Evans, to be honest with you. Apart from the Peterborough game, I think he's been poor, in my opinion. But maybe, like I say, maybe he's written in the stars that he scores. But I think maybe he could come off the bench and score, but I don't know. But yeah, look, fair enough. Nice lineup. Headley, you've gone for Headley as well. So you want Sorensen to have a game off because he's not been performing great, has he? But yeah, nice lineup, Aiden. Blue Terrace's fought Turton did well against Barnsley in the Bristol Trophy. Yeah, in the EFL Trophy, yeah, he did. He's got a few minutes there, hasn't he? So, he would certainly add a bit more pace to the back. He's certainly quicker than Lees and Pearson, so mind you, that's not hard, is it? And Aidan says it was hard to choose the goalkeeper, but I started Maxwell because I want to see what he does against League One teams. Yeah, fair enough. But I just think it'd be quite harsh on Chapman to put him on the bench after him playing so well recently. So, yeah. But, yeah, I mean, each their own, of course. But look, this type of game I expect, like I said, I do think we will have more of the ball. But they're going to put on the counter-attack, very, like I said earlier, and they're good at it. They're very good at it. So we best be on our guard, and we can't leave ourselves exposed. I think because of the lack of pace as well in the defence, the back three, I think the midfield is really going to have to put in the yards. I really do. And the wing backs need to get back as well and do the defensive duties too to help out. But I do think it will be one of those games where the blueprint to beat us, guys, is to do what Northampton Blackpool did when they came to the John Smiths. And I'm afraid to say that it is quite easy to beat us, because if we concede, then the heads go down, and then that's it. And I just, yeah. So look, we're going to have to be wary on it, but I do think we will have most of the ball. But again, that possession means nothing. We need to make sure that we are playing the ball forward and we are creating opportunities, not sideways, backwards rubbish. And slow tempo. We need it quick. So, score predictions. What are your score predictions on the doors for this game? For me, anybody that has watched my League One prediction, I've already done my prediction, but I will say it again for people that didn't see the video yet. Let me know your predictions, guys, in the chat. What you're thinking. For me, I'm going to go for a 2-0 win to Town. I think we will win this game. It sounds comfortable, but I think there might be a goal in it for quite a while. I think it'll be quite tight, to be honest with you. But we'll just kind of finish it toward the latter stage of the game. But yeah, I'm going to go for a 2-0 win for Town, and I'm going to go for a Marshall and Wiles as the goal scorers. I think Marshall, by the way, I have been impressed with Marshall. I think he's come in and he hasn't had much experience in senior football. And he's come in, new environment, and he's really settled nicely. And he looks a real talent, doesn't he? And still only young as well. But he's held his ground. There has been a few games where he has kind of dipped in and out of games. He's been a bit quiet, but I think overall I have liked what I've seen. Like I say, he's got a few goals to his name already too. So I think he's a really good player that he's got lots of pace and causes the opposition defence a lot of problems. So look, I'm convinced Marshall will get a goal tomorrow. Joseph says 4-1 to Town. Nice. But you are going very confident, aren't you? Bojan to score, Marshall 2 and Evans to score. And then you've got for Scott Sinclair for them. Yeah, I mean, I've gone a bit brave, haven't I, going for a clean sheet against a team that has a lot of pace and, you know, a team that can put the ball in the back of the net. But I don't know. I just kind of felt like we are gonna get a clean sheet. But there is going to be a few tricky moments, I think. But yeah. Evans is really in the starter score. Maybe I should put him as my goal scorer. But thank you for that, Joseph. Ian says, mate, just want to ask you a quick question on Hong. Do you think he should be a player coach now because he doesn't start games? I mean, I think he's kind of like this season. I think he has kind of taken a back step anyway. To be fair, I think he's kind of that player coach type anyway, because he does lead by example. He's good to have in the dressing room. So I think he kind of does that naturally as a coach of the young, help the younger lads and to me. So I think maybe that we said this, didn't we, before the start of the season? I did think that maybe it should have been a player coach role that he had officially, but I think he does the coaching anyway alongside. If he plays, he plays. But I think he knows that maybe he won't be starting regularly. But yeah, he's in there to help the lads, with the coaching side of things as well. So if that makes so, I hope I've answered your question. But yeah, that's what my opinion on that is. And he's going for a 3-1 Huddersfield win, of course. Evans, Miller, and Kasumu to score. He's going for another Kasumu goal. Is it going to be another 25-yard strike from distance, Aiden, or is it going to be a closer range on this week? It'd be nice to see Kasumu score again, to be fair, but as long as we win, I don't really care who scores. But yeah, and you've gone for Evans and Miller to get a goal. Nice. And for Bristol Rovers, you're going for Scott Sinclair. Yes, Sinclair is certainly going to be one to watch. But look, I think that is kind of the preview. I do want to do a few. I do want to kind of speak about a few things now off the match. I think the match preview has come to an end. But look, I expect a tough game. Just to finalise what I think, I expect a tough game. We can't take it for granted. We need to go in there going. You know, we've got the fans. Obviously, the fans will be up for it, and we need to perform, and we need to start quickly. You know, if we can start quickly, then we know how. I know I say it every week, we need to start quickly, but it's so important. And you know, if we can get the early goal, that'll settle a few nerves. But yeah, so I expect a tough game. No, I never underestimate any opponent we face, because it backfires on you if you do that. And you know what I mean. And any team in League One, you come up against is a tough game. So we just have to focus on ourselves though, and if we play to our best, I think we will win the game. It's as simple as that. But it'll be interesting to see how the game kind of pans out, like in terms of, you know, are they going to do what, you know, are they going to really counter attack us really well and getting behind? Because that is my biggest worry. I do worry about that, because they've not only got the pace, they have got the quality up there as well. Omachere, definitely a good player, fantastic player, striker. Sinclair, again, another one that knows where the back of the net is. So they've got a finisher up there as well. So yeah, but look, hopefully we can keep them out, and it's going to be a good game. I'm looking forward to it. As Boovy says, we are the 12th man. Yeah, we are the 12th man, absolutely. But we need to see the players performing as well. The fans always turn up, and we're always the 12th man. But it works both ways. The players need to do the jobs as well, and they need to get us off our seats and play some good football. And do you know what I mean? So it does work both ways. So when the club are coming out, Boovies, you know, the club are coming out and saying be the 12th man, yeah, that's fine. But we always are. We don't need to be told. We always are there. But the players need to do the jobs ultimately. Now, a few other things. The FA Cup first round draw, of course, was made earlier in the week. Now, our game against Tamworth will be in front of the BBC cameras on Friday night. Everybody's wanting us to slip up on this game. The cameras are watching. Everybody will want Tamworth to win because they love a giant killing in the FA Cup. So yeah, that has been changed to the 1st of November, a Friday night. So it'll be live on BBC Two. And we have to talk about the stadium, don't we, guys? Because we know how long this has taken to get to this point. And did see an article earlier in the week where Kirklees Council have actually agreed to transfer stadium shares to town. So the stadium is officially ours, not officially yet, but on the brink of being ours. And I'm just going to read a few things that has been said. So an agreement has been reached for town to take on Kirklees Council's 40% share in KDSL. The joint venture between the Huddersfield Council, Town and the Huddersfield Giants that owns and operates the Johnston Stadium. The transfer will take the football club's share in the stadium to 80%. Huddersfield Giants would still hold the remaining 20%. The Giants are currently looking at building their own stadium. Of course, the rugby team. Now, the council have agreed to write off their loans to KDSL as part of the agreement, and also expects to become the owners of a plot of land on the Gasworks Street currently owned by KDSL. And it says also the council will continue to hold the freehold of the Johnston Stadium site. So look, it is good news, isn't it? Because we can start to our stadium can start to feel like ours now. Moving forward now, there'll be no restrictions on what we can do in the stadium. And we can do what we want with the stadium. So it is a big boost. This is a long time coming, and I'm just glad that we have finally made a breakthrough here. And yeah, so that's what I want to say on that. Let me know your thoughts in the chat, what you make of this news. But yeah, I think that is it for today. Unless anybody else has got anything else to say, or any questions or anything. But I do want to remind you all that I did post it on my socials. But there is a new Football Weekly show launching this evening. I have a collaboration with Matt from Up the Cherries and All Departments. It will only be live on their channel, by the way, so it won't be live on here. So I am kind of warning you about that. A Bournemouth fan channel, of course, Up the Cherries and All Departments. It's going to be a weekly football show covering all the leagues, EFL, Premier League, across Europe, the Champions League, Europa League, all those. Just covering the latest news, the stories, and everything. So I'm excited for it, and hopefully you guys can join me there this evening at 10 o'clock. Like I say, Craig and Matt, who run that channel, are fantastic people, fantastic channel, and they're down to earth, they're kind, they're friendly, they're welcoming, and they're just all around good people, and they're proper real ones on YouTube. So look, I'm excited to get going with the launch show tonight. We've got a few good topics on the agenda this evening. We've got a few guest joins as well. So yeah, it'd be good. It would be lovely to see some of you Terriers in there showing your support. But yeah, and as I said, make sure you do follow me on my socials down below. There are HTFTV8 on Instagram and X. Give me a follow on those. Content coming up, very busy coming up actually. So we're going to do the review show of this game on Sunday night. Then on Monday I'm going to do the preview to the Wrexham game, and then on Tuesday I'm going to do the I'm going to be doing a watch along to the Wrexham game as well. So do tune in for that, and in between that, hoping to get some more prediction videos out there as well in the mix as well. Hopefully, with the quick turnaround, I'm not sure how many. I might just kind of focus maybe on League One for the midweek games. It depends how the timing goes. If I've got time, I will record all of the League Two, League One Championship predictions. But I think the Championship are playing midweek as well, aren't they? But yeah, so that's what's coming up on the channel. But yeah. It's just kind of just say, "Come you blades." Yeah, that's the Yorkshire derby's kicking off, isn't it? The Scum taking on Sheffield United at 8 o'clock. So we are going to be coming off for that now. But big thank you to Josh from Gasfan TV. Like I said, go and show him some love and support, guys. Go and subscribe to his channel. Great guy. You could see how lovely he is when he was speaking earlier on. Go and show him some love and support. Great guy, great knowledge, and obviously, brilliant to have him on. And Ian says, brilliant live stream, mate. A big up to you. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Well, look, that is the end of the show. So, guys, we're back on Sunday. But make sure you do join us this evening on Up the Cherries and All Departments YouTube channel for the weekly football show. But if you can't make that, it's a bit late, then I'll see you on Sunday for the review show of this game. Hopefully, with 3 points in the bag and a happy weekend to match. Well, guys, thanks all for your love, your support. Make sure you do drop a like on the video on the way out. Subscribe to the channel if you're new, and comment your thoughts down below if you're watching this on playback. But guys, thanks for all your support. Take care, stay safe, and as always, up the town. Let's go and get that victory tomorrow, and let's just play well. Let's play to our best. Let's have a fantastic performance in there as well. But guys, I'll speak to all very soon, and thank you all for tuning in to tonight's match preview as we look ahead to the weekend against Bristol Rovers. Good night, guys, and take care.